and nation would rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. But this is just the beginning of sorrows. How could a so-called Christian campaign on a slogan that is against the prophecies of Jesus Christ? And how could Christians who say they believe the word vote for an outright liar? If you believe in Jesus, boy, y'all is something. And it really, in truth, you're good people. But ignorance is our worst enemy. And because we are ignorant, we are easily manipulated by the wise, smart, crooked deceivers of the world. I'm going to move fast. After World War I was over, now listen to this. Max, Felix, and Paul Warburg, all three of them brothers, Max, Felix, Paul, and Lord Milner, another financier of Hitler. They met representing their countries at the Paris Peace Conference. See, after the war was over, these same bankers, they're going to carve up Europe now. Now listen. Let me just slow down a second. I don't want to take too much. But you see all these border wars going on in Africa, in the Middle East, in Europe. What do you think that's all about? You see, when a war is won, they establish the balance of power. Then they start cutting up, giving this to that one, this to that one. And the British are the slickest of all the demons. I mean, that British devil is a chief devil. Hey, yeah, they're devils. Hell yeah, they're devils. He's smart enough to make you think you British. This one over here got a lot to learn from that buddy over there now. That's the master of tricknology. Look, man, when they go to war, they cut up, take a border from this one, give it to that one. Take territory from one, give it to another. Knowing that at some future time, the owner is going to claim what belongs to them, and the other is going to claim, well, it was given to me at the Versailles Conference. It was given to me. So then here come the international bankers again, financing both sides in the conflict. After World War I was over, the manipulators knew it was only a matter of time before World War II would begin. They knew it wasn't a war to end all wars. It was just a cessation momentarily in the conflict. Then Hitler rose. Hitler rose wanting to get back the land that was taken from Germany in World War I. Many people who study history, they don't know the manipulative forces that create the tensions that begin the war. They are never brought out into the fray. And the landscape painters, you guys in the press, you're really the landscape artists. You paint a picture for the gullible public. The crash in 1929 was engineered. well orchestrated. They can set inflation, deflation, recession, boom. They can do it all scientifically. It's interesting that the stock market before the crash had reached dizzying heights, almost like it is right now. And then all of a sudden the Fed put on the brakes after letting a lot of money out. It put on the brakes and tightened the money. Tightened the discount rate on money. People had to sell. They called loans. People had to sell stock in order to pay their debts. Stock market crashed. But the wise insiders had already prepared and made a boom while the majority of the stockholders went bust. I wonder, will history repeat itself? In a few days, we'll see. After World War II, America gets involved again, late. See, after World War I, the international bankers and these birds, they wanted a one world government. So through Woodrow Wilson again, they wanted to set up the League of Nations. You better sit there cool, man, and take notes. School is out. That's school. This one is in. And you probably learned more here today than you ever learned in your life if you studied political science, economics, or religion. Where was I? Yeah, the League of Nations. And just as the table was set for America to come in, America backed out. The League of Nations died. But the international bankers really wanted to get America involved in this thing. World War II set up. Got America in the war. Borrowed a lot more money. International bankers happy. Gonna charge a lot of interest. Income tax going up. And if you look at the FBI and you look at the ADL and you look at the IRS, these are convenient tools. I can't say the FBI didn't get a few criminals. But when you are a criminal outfit yourself, when you see yourself as above the law, though you are brought into existence by means of the law, then you become a criminal outfit chasing criminals. CIA, it's criminal outfit. Killing presidents and kings and overthrowing governments and causing tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of innocent people to die because leaders would not play ball with the foreign policy objectives of Europe and America. This is real, man. This is Satan's world. And you can't run out here with no pop gun in Satan's world and think you're going to do something. The thing that Satan is most afraid of is truth. Now let's see what happened. After World War II was over, Russia and America that had fought side by side to defeat the Germans, the Italians, and the Japanese. But when the war was over a few days later, there was a Cold War between the Russians, the Americans, the communists, the capitalists, the East and the West, and the root of communism and the root of capitalism is the same group of people. Did you hear me? Are you going to sleep? I said the root of communism and the root of capitalism is from the same group. They started both philosophies. They financed both philosophies. And when Russia was strong, they said, now we have a balance of power. So Russia now is bringing people into her sphere of influence. China, many others, under Karl Marx, Lenin, Trotsky, financed by wicked guys, many of whom were Jews. Now look, man, I'm going to stop right here. See, this old crap that you use called anti-Semitism, that's a smokescreen. Look here now. I want you members of the press and you so-called scholars and religious leaders and teachers, think with me a minute. Are there some black people that are no good? Wait a minute, talk to me. Are there some no good black people? Sure. And if I talk about some no good black people, what black man has ever called me anti-black? Wait. If you listen to my lectures, I take on the evil of our own self, beat it down, and try to encourage righteousness where evil exists. Nobody calls me anti-black. Are white people sacred? Hey, wait now, let's... Wait, I gotta ask the question because some of you are a little slow in answering. I ask, are white people sacred? You're damn right they're not. Now look, if white people have done evil to the darker people of the world and somebody points it out, does that mean I'm anti-white? If you really want to see an anti-white person, stand a white person up and tell him, look in the mirror. Because white people have done more to injure white people than any black people on the earth. So will a real anti-white man stand up? You all had a 30-year war in Europe against yourself. Well, we weren't killing you. You're killing your dumb self. You had a 100-year war in Europe against yourself. We wasn't bothering you. We were busy killing ourselves. World War I was all you Europeans fighting over who gonna get rights and territory in Africa. So don't tell me nothing about anti-white and that if I point out your evil, all of a sudden I'm a racist. You just frightened of truth. Let's tell the truth. You don't mind writing it in your books, but don't let one of your ex-slaves read your book and then read you. Now he's uppity. Yeah.